Join me right now on Kumite TV is Bellator welterweight Thiago Rela. What's going on, Thiago?
Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm good, thank you.
No doubt, man. Let's talk about how you ended up in the Northeast. I know you're from, of course you're from Brazil. How did you end up in the Northeast of the United States?
Cool. So I was training with Demian Maia in Brazil, and I'm black belt under Léo Vieira from Checkmate. Jiu-Jitsu is my main thing. And when I started doing MMA after a few years, Demian invited me to go to his camp to help him. Once I went there, trained with Demian, he destroyed me, and I said, "No, here's the best place to be in Brazil." I was there. And all these years, Damian was coming here to do his wrestling camp in New Jersey. So I was like, oh, I have to go one day. I have to go. Then I came. I spent like 2 weeks here. I love the place. I train at Edge in Hoboken and also at Hansel Grace. I was with a few friends there before, right before they move and know the guys better. Then I stopped by there, trained there, and was amazing too. So after that, I went back in Brazil, did a couple fights there, and then I moved here. And for the last 5 years, I'm here, like 100%.
How do you like living in the States compared to Brazil?
So I love Brazil, man. I'm like, I think as a Brazilian guy, you kind of love that place. I love. Unfortunately, we have like a lot like problems as corruption and crime. Crime, this is normal. I think all around the world, but in Brazil is a little bit worse. But beside that, like Brazil is awesome. I love the weather there. I love my family, my friends. They are all there. So it's hard, right? But US is fantastic. Like everything here is easy. Like everything here is work. I don't. Before in Brazil, I was driving like 2 hours to train every day. Here, like I get the train in 10 minutes at the gym. So it's so easy. Everything is easy here. It's easy for you to find here, especially in New York. I'm in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey, but I go every day to New York. It's like 15 minutes train, from my house, door to door, from my house to the academy. So everything is so easy. Then man, this make like all this commitment so easy, and Brazil was so hard.
Now, who are the main coaches you've been working with for the past 5 years? What gyms have you, visited? Who have you been training with closely?
So I'm like more at Edge, the wrestling academy, right? There's the main guy is like Cody, and also Cody is like Demian Maia coach. He's the Demian Maia wrestling coach, and also uh, the other guy who is there is Dave Esposito, who is like one of the most famous wrestlers here in US. Like when he was like high school, nobody won like him, and he's the guy who owns Edge. Beside Edge, I'm at Hansel Grace, and there's like we have like a few coaches there, but I work a lot with Daniel Grace. Uh, our team is very strong. We have a lot of UFC fighters, a lot of Bellator guys, and I'm working a lot. I have like my own boxing coach, my Muay Thai coach, what is fantastic too, PJ. So I have a lot of guys helping me, so it's hard to say, but for sure the guys from Edge, they give me like a lot of support, and also Hansel opened his doors for me like as a father, so I'm very happy here.
Of course, you're legit, black belt, on the ground. You have no problems. Now, other than that, what have you focused on since being in the United States? Is it your boxing? Is it your Muay Thai? What have you, worked on most?
So my idea before when I got here was pretty much improve my wrestling, because in jiu-jitsu we don't have a wrestling. Jiu-jitsu, no, I'm sorry. In Brazil we don't have a wrestling, right? The wrestling in Brazil is like so little, so small. So when I moved here, my focus was okay. I'm already a black belt, right? I think I'm a pretty good guy on the ground. So now I have to be able to put these guys down. The levels start coming high, and I have to use that. So my idea when I moved was improve my wrestling, right? But then I ended up finding here like amazing level on the striking. So boxing here is amazing. I think in New York, like all around here, you have like the best boxing coach I ever had, and so it's amazing like how I was chasing something and I find this striking thing. So I'm working a lot on my striking. I'm feeling much more like I'm feeling comfortable now, you know. I was doing that back in Brazil. Back in Brazil, I was training with Francisco Filho, who is like K1 champion. I trained with him for 8 years. Like he is awesome too. But I think here I changed my mind and I'm feeling much better on my feet now, and I want to do that. I want to prove myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to fight on my feet now.
You haven't fought, in more than a year. The last time
Yeah.
we saw you was at CFFC. Now, what have you been doing? Why did you take so much time off? Did you take time off to kind of like develop your skills, or did you have injuries, or what was going on in that time?
So what happened was like my career was going well. Like I was with 9 wins, only 2 losses, and then I get like the wrong path on my career, and my head was the problem. I was like all over my head, a lot of things going on because I moved to US and I was trying like find the best way to be here, and I think I took the wrong path as a fighter, and this become my shoe on my head. So if you watch my last fight, I took my opponent back in 30 seconds. I was on his back the entire fight. I didn't take one punch. On the very end of the first round, I try attack his arm. He passed out first. I took his back on my feet. He passed out. The heifer didn't stop the match. So I was on his back and I tried to attack his arm. And like unfortunately he threw a very strong elbow, cut my eye. Then the heifer stopped the match. So after that I was okay. I was coming from 2 straight losses on the last year. I was like with 5 fights. I won like 2 and lost 3. So I was like, no, I have to figure out what is going on because I was not able to be the same Thiago on the train on the fight. I was not this guy. I was doing great on the train sessions and I was not able to do good on the fight. So I took this time to try find myself, and I think I did. That's why I got this fight. I had a good proposal before to fight at least like 4 times. I didn't get. Now I'm feeling myself again. I'm feeling the guy who was beating all the guys back in Brazil, and I know I'm ready for that. I can't wait to fight. I'm different now. I think I'm much more mature. Also, I open my gym here. I'm with my gym for like 1 year and 2 months now. So thanks God the gym is like working. Like we had a lot of students here, like 200 students already. So a lot of things going on, but the break was just to fix my head. I was with this mental thing going on, and I think now I know what I have to do.
So now you're more comfortable and more confident in yourself.
Yeah, that's I think I'm much more mature now, man. Everything starts so fast on my life. With 21 years old, I was on the Ultimate Fighter. I was the youngest guy there, Then after that, I was not able to get like a easy fight anymore, Then I keep fighting back on the day in Brazil. I fought the biggest shows over there. I was the middleweight champion of the biggest show there back on the day. So I think I never had time to grow up like as on the mental game. I was able to improve my technique, to improve all these things, to have different experience, like of course train with Damian Maia and all these guys. There's no way for you don't improve, right? And as soon I move here, all these stars by my side, in the gym, be able to see George St. Pierre on the same mat than you is insane, right? So, but I was not taking time to improve my mindset to work on that. And then when the things start going wrong, I was not able to stop that path anymore and bring that back to the other rail. I let that go, and that's what happened. And now I think I'm totally different. I'm a growing man now.
Well, you're making your return for Bellator 225. You're facing Juno Cabeza. Now, he's not your first opponent. Who was your original opponent and why did he fall out?
So I was about to fight against Kiham Latinov, who was like top 10 from Bellator. Last time I saw, I think he was right behind Neiman. Neiman Gracie is one of my training partners. So when Bellator called my manager and sent this name, I called Neiman and say, hey, this guy. He was a pretty tough guy, but he was more a grappler. I think he came from the same background than Khabib Nurmagomedov. So they trained together before, back on the day, on Chechnya. And now he's living here in Connecticut, so I was about to fight him. So 2 weeks, 10 days ago, I hear like they call my manager and they say, oh man, he got hurt. I don't know what happened, but he's pretty tough. I know these guys, especially the Russians, they are really tough. So he probably got hurt, Unfortunately, I was looking forward for that fight because he's a grappler. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I think it was gonna be a great matchup, and like he's top 10. So I was ready to start my career at Bellator with this big win. Then they changed my opponent 2 more times, and I don't know what happened. And now, for sure, it's gonna be Johnny Cabeza. What is a guy who was on the same season of the Ultimate Fighter than I was in Brazil, but I was fighting for 185 and he was fighting for 145. So what I know, he is very, very short. He has like, I think 5'4". So he's a Muay Thai guy. He's very tough on his hands. That's what I know. But it's what it is. I'm ready. I can't wait to fight on my feet with this guy. I'm a full fighter now. I can wherever. If you wanna do wrestling, let's do wrestling. If you wanna do jiu-jitsu, let's do jiu-jitsu. If you wanna do boxing, I can fight now. I'm ready to fight wherever the fight goes. I'm ready.
Have you talked to him before? Like you were on the show with him, so you probably have relations with him. You've probably trained with him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We don't train because we spend like 25 days there, like, and we both lost, right? And but I know him. We talk. Like he's super nice guy. He was on the same like team than I was with Vanderlei Silva. So I know him, of course. And when they call me, I say, hey man, there's something wrong because this guy, I'm almost like, I'm like 6'5", and he's like, he was really, really small and also really skinny. So, but now I saw his last fight. He's a lot stronger now. I think he's taking some vitamins. So, whatever. I'm ready for that. I just bought a Centrum now. I started taking Centrum now, to beat this guy. That's what I'm gonna do.
I know what you mean. You gotta take those vitamins.
Yeah.
Uh, now, so you're kind of getting a restart in your career now. You took some time off, get more mature mentally, and now you want to kind of take a run at the welterweight division in Bellator. Is that the plan for you? You want to start with
Yeah.
this fight and then kind of build yourself up and eventually fight for the title.
Yeah, like I think we have to go like fight after fight. I'm like I still young. I just turned 30 now, and Neiman, he's one of my best friends. He's also on this weight division. He just fought for the belt, and also his cousin Robson, who is like also like my brother. We like spend a lot of time together here in New York. Robson Grace, his Henzo Grace brother, and they are both on the welterweight too. So we are looking forward to be a trouble. The guys from Henzo, to be like to dominate, like to take over this weight division. I would love to fight. I know there's like great grapplers at this division. I would love to fight against Dylan Dennis. I know he's still like only 2 fights, and I have a lot. I have 20 now. I'm 13-7. He's 2-0. Wherever I think he's too powerful. So I think I can be a great man up for him. I know he believes on his jiu-jitsu, but I think it's easy. He got me pregnant, then he make me tap, you know. So I want I want this fight too. Who knows? I'm looking forward to fight, and wherever they put me, I'll be good to go.
Well, you got a great team. Of course, you mentioned the Gracies. You guys are going to be some problems for a lot of people. Neiman did a great job in his
Yeah,
first
he
fight
did.
against Ed Ruth. In the second fight, he performed well, even though he didn't get the win, but still, he showed,
Yeah,
even with the limited experience that he has, he showed that he is high level, especially against the champ.
yeah, man. It's not because he's my friend, but what he's doing on the training sessions and his improvement on these years, then we are together. It's fucking unbelievable. Like I saw a lot of guys, like very famous guys, like get like a really bad time with Neiman. So for me, he's like a prospect. It's just about time. He'll be the world champion. At Bellator, and man, he like you said, now he is only 10 fights. I think he has a lot to grow, and he's still youngest too. He's 31 now. He's a killer, man. I never saw somebody like that. I never all my life. If I say for you, I said that before, I would be lying for you. So he's fantastic.
All right, man. Well, Thiago, I'm excited for you to make your return. It's always good to see fighters take some time off and kind of regroup and gather themselves and then return with a lot of confidence. And I see that in you. So I'm looking forward to you fighting at Bellator 225. Thank you so much for your time.
Man, thank you so much for having me. And that's it. I'm looking forward to fight. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you, and I hope to talk to you soon.